These are our picks for our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 best packable slings. In this video, we're gonna run you through the basics of all 5. And the best part is that if you're interested in any one in particular, we've got a full review for each that'll be linked in the description below. And a special shout out to Safety Wing Insurance for partnering with us on this video. More information about them in a minute. Now, real quick, let's just talk about packable slings and what you need to know to make the decision on which one's best for you. Like, for instance, what makes a sling packable, right? So you can see right here, I have a sling from Bellroy. This is not advertised as a packable sling. Now, don't get me wrong, it's still malleable and can still be compressed and bent and therefore, packed, making it packable. But what these slings do different is either A, they're even more compressible, right? I'm talking no padding, no foam, no interior construction, right? It's just the primary fabric to keep it as malleable and packable as possible. Or B, it can even go a step further and the sling can pack into itself. Now for me, I don't think that it's necessary for a sling to pack into itself, but it kind of depends on your style. Like if you're like that super neat and tidy person, and like you like everything to like have a place and the idea of this just looks better than this to you, I get that. But functionally speaking, you're not really saving much space between these two. This Patagonia is gonna take up this much space, and this guy, while not being as compact, is flatter because of it, right? Like you're not really saving a lot of space. It's more about just like, does this satisfy you? But one good thing about packables like this is this Patagonia one, for instance, or even the Matador, you can kind of clip it to the outside of your bag, which you can't really do with one of these quite the same way. So if that's something that you're interested in, then something that can pack into itself is a bit more advantageous from that perspective. But the good thing about packable slings is they're not too expensive. And after running over all 5, I'll tell you which one is my favorite of these 5 at the end of the video. Let's jump into it. First up, we got the Aer Go Sling 2. Aer is a carry brand from San Francisco, and they're known for making really urban-friendly, tech-friendly gear with a lot of padding, which is why this Go series was very interesting for them because it's the opposite. They've got a backpack, a duffel, and a tote, and they're all just super soft and malleable, and I love this sling. It's got 0.8 liters capacity. It weighs 0.3 pounds. It comes in 3 color options. It runs around 60 USD, but that does come with a lifetime warranty. The fabric allowing it to compress is a lightweight 210D Cordura crinkle nylon, which is in fact Blue Sign approved. Some of the bag's top features, the high quality fabrics and materials, including this magnetic connection point for the shoulder strap, which is in fact made by, who makes you, dude? Woojin, great hardware maker. You got a little hanging loop right here, which is great when you're traveling and you gotta use the restroom, you can kind of pop it up there as opposed to like leaving it here. It's very helpful. Some solid organization, 2 pockets here, zipper pocket, and a sleeve in the back. And finally, it should be noted though, there's no way to sort of fold this sling into itself. This is what you're playing with. To learn more about the sling, check the links in the description below. Next up, we got the Patagonia Ultralight Black Hole Mini Hip Pack 1 liter. And as you can see, this is a sling or hip pack that can totally fold up neatly and compress into itself. And then when you do one of these, now you're in sling/hip pack mode. And we don't really need to say much about Patagonia. It's freaking Patagonia. They do pretty great gear. It is 1 liter capacity, weighs 0.2 pounds, currently comes in 5 color options, and it runs about 40 USD. Now, this material is, and I read, a 2.4 ounce 70 denier 100% post-consumer recycled nylon ripstop with silicone coat facing and a PU back coating. You got all that? Which basically just means it's super light and super weather resistant. Obviously, some of the top features is the fact that it can pack into itself and that it can clip onto things externally, which is a big selling point for some people. I would never clip something externally on my bag, but I know for some of y'all out there, it's like a big thing. Let me know in the comments below. Would you clip this or anything else to the outside of your bag? Let me know what you think. Now, one super important thing about this bag is you can see that here I'm wearing it in sling mode, but I'm 5'8", and it barely kind of fit me in sling mode. And I'm kind of skinnier dude, so if you got a bigger build, I don't think this is gonna be very comfortable wear in sling mode. And for those reasons, I would say it's definitely a hip pack first and a sling second. And one final note is the back does have a little bit of padding with a bit of ventilation, which makes it definitely a pretty comfortable wear. To learn more about this bag, links, description below. Yeah, not gonna lie, Patagonia and travel, they go hand in hand pretty well. But you know what else goes hand in hand with travel? Being covered by travel medical insurance. Seriously, you gotta do it. Every time. Don't take the risk. And for me, I've traveled to like 60 countries, and I always get insured with Safety Wing before I go anywhere. The reason being is like I tried a lot of different travel insurance options out there, and a lot of them are just kind of like archaic and just like, you just gotta keep getting new policies. But Safety Wing, their policy just keeps rolling, baby. You just get charged every 4 weeks, and it just ends up being like a few dollars a day. And you're covered for medical treatment, evacuations, lost luggage, motor accidents, even from like leisure sports and activities. So when you're, exploring Lima, Peru with your Patagonia hip belts, you just be like wandering around and be like, dude, I'm cool. I'm covered with Safety Wing insurance. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to see here, folks. Overall, I'm personally a big fan of Safety Wings Nomad insurance. It's a must-have while traveling. And to learn more about it, be sure to check out the pinned comment below. Back to the review. Next up, we got the Boundary Supply Renin Ripstop Sling. Boundary Supply makes like pretty rad gear, some of which is kind of like cyberpunky, and this is like the most cyberpunk of all their gear. Check that out, Boundary, Beyond the Destination, cue Pac-Man soundtrack. It's a bigger compressible sling. It's 2.5 liters. It weighs half a pound. Currently comes in 2 color options, and it runs around 30 to 40 USD, and that comes with a limited 3-year warranty. This fabric, love it. 210 recycled nylon with a double ripstop. The ripstop is those squares that you see in the fabric. It's reinforced stitching that then stops rips in case a rip occurs. It's very weather resistant, which is highlighted by this PU coated zipper right there. We got some decent organization, 1-2 pockets here and a little clip. And one thing that I love in a sling is it's got a hidden back pocket. Now, should be noted, this is a sling that does not like sort of neatly fold and compress and zip into itself, but it still fits in your bag, flattens like a pancake. It's a pretty badass compressible sling. And to learn more about it, check the links in the description. Next up, we got this guy, the Matador Refraction Packable Sling, which as you can see, can pack into itself. And Matador is a really cool company. They're making some rad gear. This sling being one of my favorites by them. It's got 2 liters capacity, weighs 0.25 pounds, super light. Currently comes in 3 color options, and it runs around 40 USD, and that comes with a 1-year warranty. The fabric is a 100D recycled nylon. I don't know what this fabric is right here on the pocket, but I love it. It's got a little bit of expansion to it, very ever so slightly, but it just feels and looks beautiful. It can be worn as a fanny pack, but also unlike the Patagonia, it's got a little bit more slack on the shoulder strap, making it better worn in sling mode as well. And really for me, like packable sling can kind of like not look that great sometimes, but I think that this packable sling just looks beautiful. More information down there. Now for the last sling on this list, speaking of slings that I don't think look great all the time, is the Nomatic collapsible 3-liter sling. And this one's interesting because it packs into itself a little bit differently than other slings, as to where you got like this like taco experience. It didn't come with any salsa verde, unfortunately. You can see when it's packed up, it's quite clean, very compact. But because of the fabric that's used, when it's unpacked, and in full sling mode, it is a bit wrinkly. And on the back, we have the taco shell. And the goal of that design choice was to create a bit more padding on your chest and your torso when you're wearing it in either mode. It's got 3 liters capacity, so it is a bit bigger than the other slings on this list. Weighs 0.3 pounds. It only comes in black, and it runs around 60 USD, but that does come with a lifetime warranty. We're not sure what this fabric is, it's not specified on the website. It's got like a rubbery, matte sort of a finish to it, but it's gonna be highly weather resistant because of that. You got 2 pockets, little front stash pocket in the front. In the main compartment, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 power mesh pockets. And one thing I really do like about this sling is this compression system right here, right? So it means when the sling is fully packed out, you can have some girth to it. But when it's not, you can go ahead and tighten these dudes. Then you have a slimmer sling or fanny wearing experience. To learn more, links down there. Now, if you're still here, there's a good chance that you're waiting to find out what my #1 recommendation is. I've traveled in EDC with a lot of these bags and have tested all of them. And for me, I'm not really somebody who likes to fold things into things. Like, I just think it's redundantly unnecessary. So honestly, if I was into like the whole zipping into itself and like that whole dance, the Matador would be my #1 pick. But because I'm not, I'm just gonna be real, like this Aer Go Sling 2 is one of my favorite slings of all time, and not just compressible slings, just EDC. I've been living in Vietnam for the past 6 months, and I've been using this in my everyday. It's light, it looks good, it feels good, and to learn more about it, just watch this review right here. A special shout out again to Safety Wing Insurance for partnering with us on this video. To learn more about them and their awesome Nomad insurance options, take a look at the pinned comment below. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Aaron, this is Nomads Nation, and we'll catch you next time.